What an exciting conference championship weekend we had, and we are down to the final two, the DC Defenders and the Michigan Panthers in the UFL Championship game this upcoming Saturday, and this is how and where you can watch the UFL 2025 Championship game this Saturday. Let's talk about that. So first and foremost, I want to say I apologize not getting a recap video up for either game yesterday. I'll be honest with you, it was a long weekend. I was tired. Those games, the first game was absolutely amazing. It drained me to no end with how exciting that game was. And then game two was good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't exciting. And we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow during the ratings and or the TV ratings and attendance. So I was a little disappointed in the St. Louis crowd, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive right on in to how you can watch the UFL Championship game. The DC Defenders, who are now 7-4 after their win against the St. Louis Battlehawks yesterday. And then, of course, the Michigan Panthers, who are also 7-4 going into this championship game. This game will take place from St. Louis, Missouri, the Dome at America Center, Saturday, June 14th, 2025, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on ABC. And let me tell you right off the bat, I was so impressed with yesterday's presentation with ABC. I am so thrilled that they are getting the championship game this upcoming weekend. Let's give flowers where they are due. And that, of course, is Joe Tessitore. This man is literally one of the best announcers, and no disrespect to the Fox crew or anybody else on the ESPN ABC side, but he has a type of energy that nobody else has. And he very much gets into the games. He appreciates the games. He really does seem like he is a fan of the UFL and really promotes it to be what it is. I'll be 100% honest with you right here, right now. I believe that the UFL should, if he's able to do it, should hire Joe Tessitore as the face, the person that makes announcements, the head person of the UFL who does press conferences, who talks at press conferences, and really gets out into these cities and everything like that. I really do think that he would be a great face of the league. I know he does a lot. He works with ESPN. He works with WWE. He does a lot, but he is someone that I think could really lead the league in promoting advertising and stuff like that when it comes to someone with a voice. He is someone who has a very respectable voice that you could listen to for hours, and you can tell in his voice and his presentation of just how much he really likes the UFL and kind of is that main person there. I think that would be a great idea to do, added on to potentially him being in the booth for ABC and ESPN broadcast as well. But either way, again, this is going to be a great matchup. The Panthers are back in the championship game the first time since the inaugural 1983 USFL season. The Michigan Panthers are back. DC is back as well. They were in the XFL championship game just 2 years ago. What is interesting about this is the fact that in 2023, the DC Defenders ended up playing my favorite XFL team, the Arlington Renegades, and the Arlington Renegades won. Now this year, the DC Defenders are facing my favorite USFL team, the Michigan Panthers. So absolutely awesome kind of scenario here when you really look at it. I can't wait for this game. I think it is going to be an action-packed game. It's going to be completely different, in my opinion, than last year's championship game where the Birmingham Stallions completely blew out the San Antonio Brahmas. I think that this will be a completely different game we're seeing and going to be a very competitive championship game from the Dome at America Center. Make sure if you are even a fan of the St. Louis Battlehawks, get out there and support whatever team you want to win. If you want the DC Defenders to lose because they beat your team, go in there, root for the Michigan Panthers. Let's support the UFL and get out there. But again, we'll talk about tomorrow with the attendance to yesterday's St. Louis Battlehawks and DC Defenders game. I wasn't really impressed with it, to be honest with you. But we'll talk about that and more tomorrow here on the channel. So we'll see you on the flip side. Have a great one, everyone.